these aggroes. I would expect so, but there's a big opponent for him, and we'll see. Like this is like the classic clutch: aggro versus control.
Yeah. Yeah, just to go through SilverName's lineup, it's Zoo, Secret Odd Mage, Beast Hunter, and Odd Rogue with Blaze Callers teched in. So
yeah. So I would expect like Purple should be doing well, but you know, when you are playing Control versus aggro, you think, oh yeah, I will play this AOE and then I will stabilize and everything will be fine. But the reality is sometimes different. Sometimes you just like the good answers and just stomp down because you know if you miss a couple of spells you need, the aggression is there. So
and sometimes the mage draws like this.
yeah, it's also true that in Hearthstone the aggro has really good potential like of nuts. So and this exactly the case for the tempo mage because sometimes it's a little bit too clunky I feel, but the nuts is there and it's sometimes very strong.
I think also will suit Purple is he's been completely under the radar. This is the first match of his we've seen. And I think that suits him. I don't think he's particularly bothered about the fame side of things. He likes to be respected.
He don't care. Like he just wants to be as good and as he can and play the matches well. And that's exactly what suits him a lot. So it might be the first match we see him, but it's probably not the last time we see him.
It may well not be the last time we see him. We may well see him 2 more times, semi-final and the final. But first, he's got to get through the no small matter of SilverName. And SilverName has got this tremendous-looking start, though Purple's hand has developed since that opening.
So Purple is testing the waters, obviously. Now he knows there are explosive runes. There probably could have been a counter spell as well, and I'm not sure if Purple is happy about it because obviously SilverName took 2 extra cards, but on the other hand, the swipe will go through next turn, so we'll see. But it was definitely a very strong start for SilverName.
It was. He's going to have to redo it, although, but he has got that subject 9, which it's just got that multiple aspects to it, the way it draws all the secrets out your deck. Deck thinning in Hearthstone's not as much a thing as in some other card games, but when you draw as many secrets as subject 9, it does make a difference to your deck thinning.
It's good, like you have body, you have card advantage, it's exactly what the Tempo Mage needs, so I think it suits the deck pretty well. Also, the Chromatic is a pretty nice addition because like the 3/4 for 3 mana is kind of okay-ish on its own, while if you have better hero power, then suddenly, you know, it's very realistic to kill something. And
yeah, in this matchup, of course, you're not going to get the cards from it.
But the 3/4 body is nice,
Numbers on the board.
So SilverName is obviously thinking which minion he's going to develop, and it's going to be Secret Keeper because it has potential to grow and hit for more in the next couple of turns. So
yeah, so next turn subject 9, and the turn after sometimes might just be 2 secrets if the Secret Keeper lives. If it doesn't, then you'll reassess.
So, what's gonna be the play? I guess the next turn will be Nourish plus Tyrant plus Floop. So, the question is, do you want to play the Legendary? It's gonna die to explosive runes, right? But there are many modes which absorb a lot of damage. 1/6 is one of the better ones, right?
Yeah.
Because it could be 1/2 stealth and it could take 4. So, Purple is definitely happy about the outcome. And next turn, the Nourish into Tyrant, into Floop is coming down, but the question is, isn't he take too much damage in a process? So
Janalai not going to be useful yet. It's got to do 8 hero power damage, and so far SilverName has correctly been concentrating on getting this curve sorted out because, as you can see, he's built this big board up despite some removal.
So 4 secrets drawn. Yes, 4 mana, right? It wasn't completely clear because you don't have ultimate infestation in your hand, so then you're sometimes wondering, shouldn't I get a card, especially with the Howl in hand, but the fact that he can now utilize the hero power as well and kill the Secret Keeper is pretty huge, so
yeah. And to some extent, I mean, he's okay for now anyway, but you've got to play to your outs. Even if you haven't got the ultimate infestation, you've got to trust your deck.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
Now again, Hearthstone, it's like really good to play for your outs because you know there are no lands like compared to the other games. So every card is a good draw. So
yeah, yeah, and the deck is smaller than a lot of other games too. So you've got decent chances of outs. And SilverName's got to actually think for once. SilverName usually just smashes things away. He's played these decks so many times, he knows them inside out.
Like, that's a difference. Like, if you play on ladder and you have 10k people on a stream watching you, maybe it's better to play faster and a little bit weaker, but here, he's playing for 100k, so he can still take his time and figure out what the best play is.
did play the counterspell. I thought he might not, just to represent counterspell, and then play the counterspell the turn after when you've actually they've tested for it's not being there. But it's going to work out for him okay.
So, very interesting position. I guess purple can play the Malfurion here, because it plays around all the secrets. And also it's really important to get a better healing hero power, because if you just need to stay alive, then it's the best thing you can do, right?
Yeah. Tidying up. He'll hate the fact he has to get the 1/5s. Everybody likes to get the poison.
Okay.
Couldn't deal with the splitting image if he killed one of those minions, so
now he can ping for 4.
Yeah, this starts hurting.
That's massive hero power.
Yeah. That sets up the Jan'alai so quickly, which is obviously a... Ragnaros has always been a giant threat. It's just that's why it's in the Hall of Fame.
Wow. I like this deck a lot. I'm not that familiar with it, but it looks super, super cool. So now what's going to be the play? Like, purple doesn't even have infestation. Like, it's like he's having issues in so many levels. Like, he's not having cards. Like, he's losing his life total, and the only good thing for him is he has Malfurion switched. But is it gonna be enough? I honestly doubt it, because the board looks super, super scary.
Stone Skin Basilisk. Card only purple could love.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see the card in the list, to be honest, because
it's decent here.
There's just this question why, like why do you put it here over a different deck? Like you don't get any advantage with summons or.
Yeah, it's just a good removal card for a class that doesn't have much good removal in an environment that might be aggressive.
Might be, but still, is the power level there? That's the question I'm asking.
Yeah, it may not be.
But yeah, like I always felt like purple likes to play different cards. Like it's very beneficial to you, because you know if you play different cards like in the stock list, you are forcing your opponents to play in situations where they are not used to. But on the other hand, sometimes the card is not played because it's just too bad.
But it's something you did a lot in.
Yeah,
in your tournaments, right? You like to have 1 or 2 weird cards that you knew why they were there.
Yeah, like obviously if the card is equally good as the others and you have a momentum of surprise that your opponent is not that familiar to play around it, then it was advantage for you. But sometimes the card is just worse, and then it's not that great anymore. So missiles hopefully hit the buzzers twice for SilverName.
And they do. With the Black Cat buffing them up, getting 4 shots.
And the question is, do you play into Spreading Plague? Like, you should play something at least, but you may not play 2 cards. So Counterspell was already tested, so...
Yeah, this is no fun at all for purple. He's actually going to activate the Splitting Image, so maybe you shouldn't put a 1/1 down there now, because you get the extra Spreading Plague. This is crucial because Jan'alai is online, and obviously Ragnaros going through this big wide board. I mean, we all know what Ragnaros does. It hits you in the face, but it makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, but like purple also needs to top deck Infestation a lot. He's really dry in terms of resources, and this is super big draw. So now there are no missiles, unfortunately.
We both just instantly looked across there to see the missiles or Cinderstorms hanging around.
But it's not. Like it looks super good for SilverName. He can even just trade a board normally and develop something, but I guess the Void Ripper is good enough, because it's, you know, turning this 1/5 into 5/1, so the 1/1s are trading into them.
Yeah, and he gets to defend
extremely efficient way, so you can then kill one of these. Hero power.
Yeah, this is no fun for purple, and he doesn't usually mess around when he loses. If this isn't the card that saves the game, you will see her concede quicker than you can imagine.
Yeah, like if he draws the Infestation, it could be anyone's game.
Yeah.
But if he does not, then he will be just out of resources. Okay.
There's the Infestation.
So is it gonna be enough? That's the question. Like obviously he cannot play around Counterspell, So just tested he probably also saw 2 counter spells already, so 1 freeze, 1 minion is down, the second will be traded. So Purple will draw the Plague, so it can help him a lot. So now expect to see the trade into 3/3 probably. The 2/3 could be traded to dodge the card draw, but
yeah, there's also the spell damage option, but again, you're taking an extra attack off the board. You've already seen the missiles. It's probably not going to matter.
So there's 6 on a board, so this is not enough. And like the draw of Infestation was so huge, to be honest, because otherwise the game will be just over. But suddenly the Purple has a really good way how to defend, because he has an Howl plus Plague next turn plus Spellstone, and I can see that if the Druid heals enough, he should be able to win the late game for sure, right?
So there's a question now. If you want to try, if you know Purple's hand, you can play the Leroy now, and then go for Jan'alai and try Ragshot face next turn. He's going to play around the Plague though by doing it this way, going very narrow on the board.
Yeah.
And then the Jan'alai will have much better chance of hitting face with the Ragnaros. So he traded off what he could to Realistic World. Not seen this card in a while.
Yeah, it's cool to see it around. But okay, so what's going on? Howl, Branching Path and kill the Ragnaros. Like, you start with Howl, you see what's going on. So this is Spellstone for 4. Yeah, you just kill the 4/4 and the Ragnaros and heal, right?
There is a case for making Spreading Plague and just killing the 4/4 and letting the Ragnaros fire once at this not very exciting board. It doesn't have to hit you in the face. There'll be 4 minions.
Do you need to play Plague now? I don't think so. I would rather kill the 2 big minions, keep 1/4 and 2/3 there, and your opponent needs to redevelop, I guess, if he wants to kill you, and then the Spreading Plague will be way, way better. So I like this way more. The question is if you heal for 12 or if you kill the 4/4. Purple decided that he wants to keep 1 removal against, I don't know, maybe the 2/4 could be really scary, or there might be more minions. Also, he will have the better Spreading Plague the turn after. So,
and we've got to keep an eye as well on these Daring Fire Eaters and Clockwork Automaton, because they add 2 to your hero power, and then the Automaton doubles it. So he can hero power for 12 this turn if he wants.
That's pretty cool, but it's not enough. Yeah?
But he will save that until he's losing the board, and then he may have that as a finishing shot over through a Spreading Plague or something like that.
Now it's a big decision whether you want to play more minions into Spreading Plague or not. But yeah.
He's going to draw some more cards and get the Lunar shot off. Okay, not going to bother. He's just going to sort of split the difference a bit.
Oh, I liked it. So now we see why the Purple kept the removal, because both 4/4 and the 2/4 are pretty scary. So what you do? You probably have to play the Plague. You have to play the Spellstone. The question is, do you want to start using the Twig, or is it just too late?
Well, we've just seen now, actually, SilverName only has 5 cards left in his deck, such is the power of the Subject 9.
Yeah.
So Purple is just going to run him out of stuff the best he can.
Yeah, so he just kills everything and try to stabilize.
So the card draw is not even scary to him, right?
That's pretty good, yeah. So the Tormage can put extra secret. Yeah, you probably have to still draw everything and just like this was the second Spreading Plague, so now you want to put as strong board as you can.
Just looking if there's anything Purple can do after these go down. He hasn't got much follow-up.
Like now Purple's hand is a little bit dry.
Yeah.
Like he may not play the Togwaggle, it might be enough to just play Azalina.
He may just play the Azalina. If he can be level-ish on board and play Azalina, he may just go with that and then use the fact that he's got a bigger deck.
Yeah.
And try and trade.
Yeah, he's at 17. He has some way to defend.
He's got Malfurion for 3 more turns, so 17's better than it looks.
Yep. But yeah, it's a very, very close game. Like, it looked kind of over, but one infestation from the top kind of turned everything around. So.
Yeah, and Purple set that up very early as well, that the infestation would be good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's seen the plague, so everything going on the board
Everything
now.
goes on the board, yeah. That's obviously correct. So now Nourish. It's probably also not the draw he wanted to see.
How much is he? He's got 20 health if he
So you can armor up and play Azalina. But
so
is
he
it,
needs to work out
is
he
it
wants to
good
nourish
enough?
first.
Yeah, that's the question. Like, maybe you can just draw and hope you get a swipe because it's incredibly good here.
There it is.
And there's the swipe. And if you swipe, that seems to be enough, right?
It's got to be good. I mean, it won't be game over, but it slows things down so much. There's still the Leroy, the Fire Eater, the Missiles, the Cat. There's still
like
quite a lot of damage available.
Purple now needs to think, like, can't he die to burst? And that's what he. That's the question he needs to answer. He can just go Wrath and heal free. That's also the other option, because the swipe will be even stronger next turn. So, so if you can delay the swipe in situations like this, it will get only better.
Yep, and that's what he does. One of Purple's special skills is being able to remember every card very easily, no matter how fast you play as well.
Yeah.
I mean, all pros do it pretty much, but Purple does it basically flawlessly.
Yeah, like when I was playing, I need to pay a lot of attention to remember, while some players just know, like, without, like, you know, spending any energy about it. So now, like, there's still the board still need to be answered, like, because, like, if SilverName just creates a big one, then he will kill Purple at some point. So that's why I really like saving the swipe, because it will deal even more harm the next turn.
I just can't believe how calm SilverName is. He's usually so animated, but obviously in serious mode, it's very different. Well, there's a lot of board gone down there. And because he's going to use the missiles and things to clear up the spreading plague, the swipe's not going to be as good.
Yeah, he's playing pretty nicely around it. So it's the life total 13.
12, 11. It's going down quickly.
So what can be done? Like, if the minions will be played, there's Mirror Entity and Explosive runes. So can Purple survive, actually?
How many naturalize are you using? You can Ultimate Infestation and double naturalize, maybe?
Yeah, but, like,
he's got the 2 innovates.
Don't you fatigue yourself?
Oh yeah, he's almost 4 cards himself, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks pretty grim.
Nice play there from SilverName, getting those plagues out the way without having to put a minion walking into that swipe.
I like that a lot, so I don't see what Purple can do, actually. You can heal and play Infestation, but then you will be at 16.
Is there
like,
any weird line where he can win with the Ultimate Infestation?
Yeah, what if you Infestation, double naturalized, then your opponent survives, right? He's gonna take, like, 3 fatigue.
Yeah. You got the twig for some damage. You take it, that's the trouble.
Now he's just dead.
He's just dead, yeah.
Interesting game. And he has to know he's dead.
Yeah, I think he knows he's dead.
Like, one naturalize was used, or wasn't it? Like, if he would go Infestation phase and double naturalize, he would put 4 fatigue.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
And that's like 4, because he would take 3 fatigue immediately, 4th in the draw.
Maybe he'd already used one.
And, like, that would be exactly 15 damage. because he would infestation 5 phase, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. It's exactly, but maybe he used one naturalize.
He must have used one. He would have known. He would have seen
like
that.
maybe like, or it might be a big miss. I'm not sure, but like,
Yeah.
Because I don't remember where he used it.
SilverName had a lot of cards in hand at the end. I know he played subject 9, but
Yeah, like maybe purple didn't realize it, like because it's not the most intuitive. But I'm not sure. Like maybe one naturalize was used already. So
yeah.
he had a billionaire weight, right? So that's interesting.
SilverName, a very quick, well, not very quick, but a quick 1-0 up.
Yeah, not quick, but 1-0. Yeah, that's the most important for him. So the mage is out, and now we see the druid. Oh, I mean the hunter versus hunter. So
and purple's is the death rattle, and SilverName's is the beast.
Is the beast. I think the beast should be small favorite, right? Because the hyena is sometimes just too scary. But on the other hand, the death rattle can defend very well. One of the key cards is a candle shot because it can kill the cheap minions, and that's exactly what purple has. So
And the beast hunter isn't quite as aggressive sometimes as people think it is. It certainly has very aggressive, just game-winning starts, but they're not as common as it feels like. And this is far more normal. It's still aggressive. Die Frenzy just hit you is pretty good.
I feel like it's more like powerful mid-range deck than all-in aggro.
Yeah, agree. It feels like aggro in the meta at the moment because
everything is
there's
even
no
slower.
aggro. Yeah, but SilverName has found a way to bring an aggro lineup where this is actually one of his slowest decks.
Like, I wouldn't say like SilverName's lineup is like super all-in. Like the mage is also like kinda. It won the game against the druid.
Sure.
Round 20 or something like this. So
yeah, that's a very good point.
I also feel like these type of decks are the most powerful. Like very rarely the super all-in deck is the best in the meta game. Like it's better in HearthStone to deal constant pressure than trying to kill your opponent in first 5 turns.
Yep. Usually,
Unless
you've got Undertaker in your deck.
Yeah, obviously.
But yeah, realistically, you're right.
There are exceptions, but
those decks tend to have counters. Again, that's the one exception. But you do tend to be able to counter if people get too aggressive. But this you can't target Hunter.
Yeah, there are so many angles where the deck can attack you because it has the early aggression, but then it has the Dire Frenzy package, so it's even hard to win a value game because you can draw 3 beasts from one card, so it's very hard to beat it in terms of card advantage. So
and even though obviously you don't play it on its own, or we would have before, a Dire Frenzy is reasonably, it keeps that pressure on whilst doing its thing.
Yeah.
Very irritating.
But yeah, now SilverName is really striking because the weapon is really punishing him, and now purple has a decision whether he wants to play Huntmaster or Ooze. Because if he plays the Huntmaster here, he could be threatening, but the purple goes like really control-ish way. I'm not sure, like I guess I would like more to see an Ooze, but on the other hand, it would provide a target to flanking strike.
And also if a Hyena is played and 2 links.
So maybe it's correct just to hold, because SilverName now is really set and he doesn't have anything to do. So purple is, I guess, pretty happy about it, and now he can just develop Naked Show, and it just survives, right? It could be managed with links and kill command.
Yeah, that's the thing, that you don't want to be the one doing the managing against the Death Rattle Hunter. You want to be the one attacking, because when they get to their Katharina, which currently purple doesn't have, when you get there, that game changes so quickly.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you cannot let the show. Like, it could be just, let's say, cube and play death immediately, and the game's over. So
yeah, you have to kill it. You just don't want to.
Yeah, you're not happy about doing it because suddenly you lost 1 kill command, and the longer game goes, the better for that Threat Hunter. Like the mid-range hunter or the beast hunter can do powerful stuff, but these things are not nearly powerful to, let's say, cubing the King Crush and playing 4 of them, right?
Indeed. Well, SilverName, you've got plenty of choices available. Yeah. Really complicated turn.
Yeah, but I guess he's not happy about any of these. Like, luckily for him, there will be no cube play death, so the game will be going on, but
yeah, he's got to assume it's there, though, I think, because you lose to that straight away.
Like, you lose to that, but like you couldn't do anything against it, so
Yeah.
So you can see from SilverName's expression that he's not happy about how this game is going on. But Purple's also now he will be pleased to see like Purple's turn because there is no cube play dev. So he still will be in a game, but it's not looking good for him. So there's Tracker. If there will be Katrina, he will keep a coin, I guess, and coin it out. Most likely, he still has beasts to fetch, so I guess now he should go on a board with Us, because next turn Katrina comes down,
and you might as well have an overwhelming
like
board.
you know, an extra minion is probably worth it. Like the only thing while you could consider doing otherwise is to unleash the hounds, but
yeah, you're constantly aware that Tundra Rhino, Hyena, Unleash the Hounds on turn 10 can just kill you from pretty much anywhere, but it's a long way off.
It's still a long journey to go. So now SilverName answered the board, a quite nice way, but Purple has Katrina now, and it's providing so much value that it's really hard to overcome.
Yes.
So we'll see which minion will be fetched. It's gonna be Grizzly most likely, I guess.
Might be a second Devil Saw, but I haven't got the list in front of me.
Yeah, I also, someone is playing the Rush guy, the new one with Taunt, but like yeah, the Grizzly is the most common. So what you do here? You can play double Hyena and a Rush guy, but it doesn't look very appealing at all.
Nothing looks very nice.
You can play Hyena, Darmo, Dire Frenzy to put more Hyenas into your deck. Because the discard is powerful and you can get them with Master Skull later, but...
And perhaps you don't win the game any other way than that, because you're so far behind.
But like you need to think about like if you're not gonna die in next 2 turns, but
yeah,
like I don't see probably the other way. Like you could maybe use Dire Frenzy on Grizzly and play Call to draw them, but I guess this play is too fancy. So yeah, I guess it's Hyena and the Dire Frenzy, but. It doesn't look good enough.
It's a fun idea, though. Very fun idea, in fact. I don't think it would have worked, but it's a fun idea.
So now I guess both Hyenas will be cleared. You can trade Katrina, but it depends like how the list of Purple is looking. How many beasts does he have?
He could be tempted to just use Rexar here. It trades very nicely. Oh no, yeah, it does trade very nicely with the Hyena plus the Candle Shot. It's not what you want, but it's a good...
Yeah, I don't think he has a beast in his deck anymore, so I guess he don't want to trade a Katrina away yet, so just value trades both of these. And Smork face. Like next turn he can have King Crush to go face for lethal, right?
In fact, yeah, he's one off lethal anyway. In fact, he's got lethal with the Defender of Argus, I think. It's ridiculous anyway. He's got so many lethals.
It looks pretty good for Purple. Like the SilverName had extremely poor draw this game.
And of course, SilverName doesn't know that the Katrina won't fetch anything.
Yeah.
Because he can't see the hand.
Like now he can be kind of suspicious in this area because he saw that he didn't trade with Katrina.
Yes.
So, anyway, like the weapon did an incredibly powerful job for Purple because there were these 1-drops which weren't played the whole game. So yeah, that's probably where he won the game because the SilverName's draw wasn't that bad. Like he could normally play these 1-drops on the board and get some value out of that, but it didn't work here.
Yeah, we saw him pause on turn 2 or 3, realizing I can't play these minions, and there was nothing else to do.
So now 2 minions will be killed, right? Or
yeah.
This is enough though.
But now we got. I mean, it's not lethal for Purple. But the comeback, where's the comeback mechanism for SilverName here?
Like he shuffled 2 good beasts like into his deck, so Call can do some miracles, but it would really need to be miracles, yeah.
Kill the 5/1, ship everything else face, and ask SilverName what he wants to do about it.
Like, I don't think it's realistic to expect he can die here, so I guess here. Play the Call and hope for the best.
Yeah, hope that somebody's put a really good new card in your deck.
And Is this enough?
Can't see it. You can kill the crush, but
You can kill the crash, but that's it, right? So yeah, it looks like over. Pity for SilverName, but good for us because the series will be longer, definitely.
yes, that's what I want. Want a 3-2 one way or the other between
Yeah.
these two great players.
So yeah, like not that much was going on. Like interesting decision was where Purple didn't develop the free drop, the ooze, to play around the strike.
Yeah.
And the SilverName actually had a strike and had to use the hero power, so the game would be actually completely different. So really, very smart decision. Obviously, it was a little bit lucky for Purple as well that it worked exactly this way, that there was no development for SilverName. But on the other hand, there are not that many 4-drops in a Hunter's deck, so it was very realistic to expect that your opponent kind of blank his turn 4, and not giving him a chance to play the strike was very crucial for the game. And maybe, yeah, that's why the game was so one-sided. So maybe you can see it, Purple had no decision and he won the game itself, but it's actually not true, and it was very clever play turn 3, and that's why he walked so easily through this game. So here we see the Priest, and I like the deck a lot.
Which version? You played the version with only 4 minions, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm playing. I was playing the same version. I'm actually surprised how many people. I was also running the Undoing in a Priest, and I feel the card is there completely bad, and it shouldn't be there at all because it's probably just a habit. Like when you play the Priest, you put Undoing automatically. But this deck has so much burst potential that I just feel the other cards, which would help the early game, would be way better. It's interesting. Purple didn't play the Holy Smite because he would dodge the Adept, but now on the other hand he can kill the 3-2, so it's probably fine. And also the Holy Smite is one of the few resources how you can kill the Hyena, so I'm not that surprised that I saw him saving it. And yeah, he's not taking that much early damage, and if you're not taking that much early damage, that's exactly what you want as a Priest, because I doubt any deck can beat this Priest in a longer game, because you can just ODK anyone, and also you have very good defense resources, because, for example, with the Essence, if you get Ziliax, you can get it back with the Servitude, so the longer the game goes, the better for the Priest, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of good synergy. Those Spellstones get really ridiculous at the end as well. Which is why you can OTK so many ways, whereas the version with lots of beasts, your Spellstones are kind of more grindy rather than guaranteed lethals.
Yep. So here the Elemental comes down with the shield.
Yeah, Purple feeling the need, because he drew that second Eternal Servitude.
That's really good, because now he can play Essence next turn, so it's not looking that great for SilverName. So what you do here, you can point out the Rhino, because there are not that many answers. There's only one Shadow Word Pain, if I'm correct, in Purple's version. And that's basically it. There's one Must Dispel. And if you let it live, then it's pretty amazing, because all your future beasts will have a charge, and it's super scary minion to face against this deck.
Then your Flanking Strike becomes really good.
Yeah.
I mean, everything becomes really good, but particularly Flanking Strike.
Or even you can use the Dire Frenzy to have like better Rhino in the future. So.
Oh, yeah.
So I really like this play. Now, obviously, Purple is crossing his fingers to get Ziliax out of the Shadow Essence to clear this 2/5 away. That would be amazing for him. But even like the minion like Malygos is pretty scary, because like then he can play Servitude and Spirit Lash to clear the board and go back to 30. So now what? You probably just Dire Frenzy and kill the Malygos.
Yeah, you gotta kill Malygos usually. It comes back though, over and over.
Yeah, it will come back over and over, but now the Hunter had his strong turn, like that he shuffled all these Rhinos back, like, and they are the most problematic minions. So now it might be the Purple who will be the aggressor, because he will get the Malygos back and he needs to reach the OTK potential, but he's quite low on resources. But now he can get back to Malygos and make 15 burst.
Yeah. He can also, should he so want to at some point, he can Eternal Servitude and Spirit Lash to get a lot of health back.
Okay, so now isn't it lethal? It's a double Malygos, so it's 20, 25, 27, 29. Am I correct?
You've added up quicker than me, but Purple's already done the math, so I know this is lethal because he's doing it. I don't even need to work it out.
Yeah.
And Purple is absolutely delighted. I mean, this deck, people say, can it win on turn 9 regularly? This is turn 6. It's ridiculous. And Purple, he's just got this cheeky, mischievous attitude. The players aren't facing each other, so he can't see this SilverName. But Purple is absolutely in hysterics.
Yeah, but I'm actually shocked that not everyone is playing this Priest deck. I feel like it's this and the Beast Hunter are two strongest deck with the metagame, and I'm kind of shocked that it's not in every lineup.
Right.
So
yeah, the Vivid Nightmares, I think, are... A lot of people play one still. I don't know if Purple's playing 2 or not, but it seems to be absolutely key to these amazing starts.
Like the deck is so powerful, I feel. Like the Mass Hysteria, put it onto the next level because now you have better ways to how to defend. So yeah, I'm very surprised we don't see more of this deck, and we will not see any more of this deck in this series because the Priest is through. And yeah, SilverName is struggling with his Hunter, which is considered the strongest deck of the metagame, but now he's gonna play against the Druid, and this matchup is not easy as well. So
Purple, yeah, he's just he loves seeing silly things happen like that, as long as they happen in his favour, I think. But SilverName needs to get this obviously now. Space in the semi-finals where the big money starts on the line.
And we have a War Druid, and that's such a big RNG. I just sometimes I feel like when someone casts Animal Companion, it's a really RNG card, but I feel like the difference is sometimes you have little with Huffer, and you know it's a big difference. But with the War Druid, I feel like one mode out of the 4 is total nuts, and I'm not sure if it's like if it would be like good casual cards, but why not? But like this could be very easily a difference of $100K, like which mode you get, and I just feel like the card is too much RNG for me.
Yeah, I think you choose, don't you? With the Druid?
The War Druid?
Yeah. I might be wrong. I haven't actually played it once. I played against it a few times.
I think it has to be random, right?
Okay.
Otherwise, you would always choose the 4/6. Or
yeah, okay.
Or am I wrong? Like I didn't cast a good card myself, but we will see now. So, or the swipe can come down because obviously Hyena is really scary for the Druid, but yeah.
Yeah. Yes, choose one.
Oh, okay.
Poison Stealth.
Poison Stealth. Okay, sure. So now the Dire Frenzy comes on Hyena. It's gonna be 5/5, and you know, like that's the most problematic card for the Druid because you know if it's growing, then you have only 2 Naturalize, and now suddenly there are too many Hyenas in the deck. So I guess this game is going to be pretty grim for Purple because even if he stabilized, like the Hyenas will be around, and and it just comes on a board, and you know if you answer it with Naturalize, then more Hyenas are about to come because you are about to give your opponent more cards. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for SilverName. He had good curve, and I guess the matchup is probably fine in general as well. Like it's probably not as good as the Death Rattle Hunter versus Druid because there Druid has close to 0 chance to win, but still it's probably gonna be pretty decent matchup.
Yeah, he should get. There's plenty of ways to tracking. There's Master's Call. They're in there, like you just draw them like that. Purple has a bit of sustain for turn or 2 yet. It's just what happens next. If he doesn't get the Ultimate Infestation, he will fold. If he does get it, maybe he can put up a fight.
And also, like, the 5/5 Hyena was drawn, and like that's the most scary card now for Purple, I guess, because you know it's 5/5. It will have charge with the beast, so he can even die here. So like, what you do as a Purple, like, because Spreading Plague for 1 plus Tyrant probably doesn't help you in a longer game, so you can just heal 12 here. Try to force more resources out of your opponent before playing Spreading Plague. I kind of like that most. Or maybe you can draw like 1 card and heal 6.
Looks like he's going for the 12 because he didn't draw first. And just waits to see what happens.
So first tracking will come down, I guess. Now the question is, do you want Rex or not?
I mean, you want it, but the kill command's tempting, right? But you've got to get Rex, I think, to win this long game consistently. Well, you can't see the hand of purple.
Yeah, now you just play 2 hyenas.
That's so much damage.
And like, I cannot see purple dealing with such a board. Like, if you kill 1 hyena, the other will grow, and the rhino is also super problematic, and there's still Rexar to refill, so...
Yeah, it looked like he needed... yeah.
So, this was definitely the turn he needed, but... Can you answer the hyenas in a longer term? So if you play the strike...
You don't quite get through.
You can clear the whole board, right? If you play the strike. I would shoot a 4-3 for the 4-4 and attack.
Yes.
Because the wolf will have a charge, so you can trade it away. And the game looks so over.
And it's a good job this is going to 5 games. We wanted a long series. We're not getting a long series, but at least we're getting 5 games.
Like, the first game was pretty close and long. Like, this was a pure distraction, I feel. But it's pretty unrealistic to expect you can beat this Hunter 3 times, because the deck is just too powerful.
Now, I'm interested in this rogue deck that SilverName has got left. His Zoo has been banned because the Blaze Callers against Druid are particularly good. Just that last bit of damage that you sometimes haven't got.
That's true. Like, it's also a big body. Like, the Druid sometimes have issues like clearing the big boards, but on the other hand, you know, it's not the most aggressive card. Like, you know, you need to put a lot of small things together, and maybe you just want to go on a board and beat the Druid, because, you know, it's really hard to beat Ultimate Infestation in a long game, and even Blaze Caller could be not good enough to do that. So it's probably very close to 50-50 matchup. So pretty glad to see that.
Yeah, I've teched Blaze Caller in a long time ago. I'd forgotten. I was looking through a list now. I was like, what's that? But a long time ago, I played it in my own rogue decks just to see. And it, again, it's doing exactly what you say. It's just that sustain of a little bit more. And there it is. Doesn't want it in the opening hand, though. That's the downside of 7-cost cards.
Like, you can still mulligan it away, so that's fine. But and the question is, how do you keep, like, do you keep a Void Ripper, for example? That's like the big decision, because there's obviously the Spreading Plague around always. But maybe you want to start with the curve and go something like Fledgling or Tag. But maybe the Void Ripper is still good enough to keep, but SilverName thinks otherwise, so he's just fishing for the Fledgling. But the purple has double Wrath in his versions, which I consider like really necessary, and it's gonna be paying off this game, because we'll probably see the SilverName coining out.
Got a Hench Clan Thug as well now, though, so purple is going to need to hit this removal, but there's plenty of it.
I guess the Wrath will not come down, because he would have no answer to Fledgling, and now there will be a decision. I guess the Fledgling is still the play, because the upside is too big. Like,
yeah, and the card gets so much weaker when you start hitting the taunt later on. You've got to try and get its value now.
Yeah, but obviously SilverName will not be pleased to see the Wrath.
He won't.
But there's still no answer for the second one, so the next purple's draw will be pretty important, because if the Fledgling is unanswered, then it's really difficult for the Druid. So
it is only 30% that it gets Wind Fury. I mean, some of the other modes are really good as well.
But even if you get it to 3-6, it's gonna be pretty scary. So now purple is missing it. Obviously, he needed a Wrath, he needed a Swipe, he needed a Spellstone, but he got none of these.
He's going to draw cards.
He needs to draw at least one, yeah. And now he will armor up, I guess.
Yeah.
And now it will be pretty big, like whether if the Wind Fury will be hit or not.
And also SilverName now knows that purple's found an answer, because he didn't draw 2 cards.
Well, like, it depends. Like,
it seems likely, though.
So no Wind Fury. I'm pretty sure SilverName is not happy about it. It was this interesting whether you put a Divine Shield or Stealth, because the Divine Shield was enough against the Swipe, but on the other hand, it wasn't enough against the Spellstone.
Right. Yeah, stealth I think is fine.
Stealth is a little bit, you know, let's say safer, but like you play around the spellstone with it, so it definitely makes sense. The question is what you do here. Like you need to have in mind the spreading plague and following turns, so maybe you don't want to go super wide with double Firefly. And there is no good target for the removal now because the fledgling is in stealth. That's why I like not developing the attack. I would probably play the poison and swing.
Yeah, always worth bearing in mind those blaze callers can do damage over the top of taunts later, so any damage you can get to face will kind of stick. It's a hard choice though.
Yeah, it's a very hard choice, but very realistically you want to go tack plus redagger next turn, so I would probably just go in and deal the damage. So now purple can just ramp, I guess.
Yeah, Innovate Nourish is interesting because it gets you to your Malfurion.
Yeah, I think this is correct, because you can then kill the deckhand with the hero power, and the turn after you can go Malfurion and Spellstone.
Yeah. That sounds strong to me.
So yeah, I guess purple is pretty happy with this play. Also, like having, you know, an extra crystal is definitely useful because he has infestation in hand, so he doesn't have to worry about running out of gas in a late game. So this was kind of automatic play, I would say.
And now everybody hold their breath because this is going in the fledgling. No Wind Fury.
No Wind Fury again. So
can't be targeted is good for the long term if there's no Malfurion.
Yeah.
He gets one more swing out of it this way. Except he might not, because the Malfurion Spellstone taking out the Thug.
And now you see that 2 damage were missed, right? The previous turn out of SilverName.
Yes.
Like he didn't swing, and now he's redaggering. So I feel like this was quite bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
And there could be like 2 damage in the face, or he could use the deadly poison and he could deal 8 instead of 2 total, and like you use the resources, but
This Glacial Shard could be a big deal with the Malfurion coming down though. Like freezing face even for 1 or 2 turns can be absolutely massive when you're protecting this board.
might be, but like mainly he needs to connect with the fledgling, and the question is, can he achieve that? Like now he's gonna play deadly poisons and Slayer, and kill the other one and connecting with the fledgling. So one more, he really needs this Wind Fury.
Wow. The Void Ripper is going to allow that to happen. He wants it to.
I think he can save it, right? And
Yeah, this
play
is
the
fine
Slayer.
too.
Because you are developing stronger board, but now Hero needs the Wind Fury again.
Yeah, now
As always.
Well, by not freezing face, now Purple can just take it down with his face through the problem, so he gets +3 attack.
This was really bad because he didn't even find a way how to save the fledgling against the hero power, right?
Yep.
Like if you would get the steal +1, +1, +0, +3, everything would work out, but
Yeah, there's a lot of chances there for him.
so now there might be the Florist. The question is, can't you die? Like you're at 24, you will take 6, you're at 18, there are 14, you shouldn't die. Like with Leroy, deckhand, it's 10, it's 18, you would die to that. So maybe purple is playing too safe. I would probably risk it and play Florist there.
Okay. With UI in hand, maybe he feels that.
But maybe he's just feeling, yeah, I need to make 100% sure I can cast Infestation next turn. Because my hand is a little bit clunky, because I have all the minions. So if you heal now, you can definitely cast the Infestation next turn. So Void Ripper is swinging some more damage. Yeah, I guess now you have to go on a board, because you know Infestation is coming down. There's no reason to play around the Spreading Plague. So
You can play all of your stuff.
yeah, I would play the Firefly, Tower Creeper, and Void Ripper, and connect for more.
Yep.
Because, like, you know the Infestation is coming down next turn.
Oh, so you save the Void Ripper for the Infestation, and you just play these now, and if there's no...
I would play it now, because
Okay.
you deal 2 extra damage immediately, and also you swap the Tower Creeper and Firefly, so...
Okay.
So you deal way more, or you can go on a board like this, and save the Void Ripper for the push, right?
Yeah, because next turn you get a lot of damage if there's no Plague, and if there is, you get rid of the Plague at least. It's cost you some damage, but the push next turn's pretty big with that Tar Creeper
I
swapping.
think the question is it going to be big enough? Because, you know, Infestation is coming down. In a war scenario, the Tyrant is also coming down. So, it was a close decision, though.
Well, we've already seen most of one game today where we thought this was under control and not against a rogue. And this one definitely has a little bit more reach. Okay, this is the key turn, I feel, of this whole encounter.
So now if you Void Ripper, deal 11, 13, 17 damage, but then you are completely losing to swipe, or completely, quite a lot.
Yeah.
So Fungal Monster plus Shard could be played. Like, you losing to spreading play kinda regardless, right?
Yeah, it's the swipe that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this, to be honest, because now the swipe is really devastating and you've seen none. So
Yeah, and he's just UI'd, which means there's things in his hand that are good. Again, maybe he's just thinking like you're thinking, like he just can't do anything else. If you play it
so
slower,
now he can clear the 5/5. That's playing around swipe and around the flank. I like that a lot. So
that looks quite nice actually. Now you look at it again. Yep, I take it back. Nice play, SilverName.
well, the question is it enough, right? So we can swipe. Like now for purple, it's you know, he's stacked with all the minions in hand, and all the minions are super bad. There's 11 on the board, so if you armor up, you're not dead to Leroy. If you swipe, play Basilisk and armor up, but the question is what you do the next turn.
Yeah, give the Basilisk Wind Fury. Saying you can't, but you know.
It's so the game is surprisingly super close. Like, you can nourish into something like Howl next turn.
You can also play Basilisk, innovate Basilisk, and that will mean you if you don't die next turn, you just clear up board after board after that.
You can now draw 3. It's like,
yeah, that's what he's doing.
But
Needs to move as well with this rope.
okay, he would be dead to Leroy, but it did not happen.
And he's got double Ferocious Howl from that nourish that he just decided to play.
So now SilverName is just, you know, blaming his deck for not giving him the lethal.
And purple took a calculated risk there, and it's going to pay off so well for him.
Well, calculated, it's hard to tell, but
he took a risk.
No, now look at the purple.
Yeah, have you got it? Have you got it? I've got double Ferocious Howl. Please hit the end turn button.
Like, yeah, like if double Howl comes down, then it's pretty good because like you heal 20. And it's really good for purple that, you know, like no lethal is bad, but even worse for SilverName is he didn't develop something like Scalebane. Like now he has no board as well, so this was the turn where well, purple was definitely really pleased because it was literally the worst what could happen to SilverName.
Yeah.
And when we discussed the version with Blaze Caller, we felt like, yeah, the card is strong, but to support this card, he had to play the Glacial Shard.
And he has to keep them.
It didn't do anything, so...
Yeah, he hasn't been able to play them because...
So now SilverName is here with all the 1-drops. He smiles away from having lethal, and it looks super grim now for him. So I guess many viewers will be disappointed to see SilverName ending like this. With one Leroy top deck, it could be
I agree.
all the way around. But
purple's a very popular player in his own right. It's just on this particular channel, SilverName's huge. A lot of people will be very happy to see purple going to...
Like, I'm also happy because like he's playing like, you know, the different decks than everyone. I feel like these decks are actually pretty good. Like, I guess Druid is good, the Priest is good. So now the board is cleared and yeah, the game is over basically. Like it's, I wouldn't be surprised if I see the handshake here.
Yeah, that's the handshake. He sends out the well played, takes off the headset, and purple is going to be taking on Alex in that semi-final tomorrow. The other semi-final being Malygos versus Just Saying. And the North Americans, we haven't seen much of them, but they are in each semi-final.
Yeah.
A Saiyan purple final would be...
That would be insane, eh?
absolutely nuts. But Malygos in particular, but Alex too, will have a lot to say about that tomorrow.
Okay, so pretty good. I like this matchup a lot. It was really nice to see. And yeah, I guess that's the best way how